You could be holding a fortune in your pocket change, **** money bag. Discover the top 3 ultra-rare Washington quarters worth tens of thousands, even over $100,000. These hidden gems aren't just coins, they're treasure. Stick around as we reveal their shocking values, rich history, and how you can spot one. Fire. Don't miss this. That's right, some 1966 quarters are hiding secrets that make them incredibly valuable to collectors. And guess what? One of these rare quarters could be sitting in your house right now without you even knowing it. At first glance, the 1966 quarter doesn't look like anything special. It has George Washington's face on the front, the word Liberty above his head, and the date, 1966, at the bottom. On the back, there's an eagle with outstretched wings. It doesn't have a mint mark, and it's not silver. So why do collectors go crazy over this coin? The answer is in the details. Mint errors, rare types, and high grades can make a 25-cent coin worth life-changing money. Let's take a quick look at why the 1966 quarter is special. In 1965, the U.S. government stopped making quarters with silver. Before that, quarters were 90% silver. But starting in 1965, they began making them with a mix of copper and nickel instead. These are called clad coins. To stop people from saving or hoarding coins during this change, the government removed mint marks from coins. That means all 1966 quarters look the same on the outside, no matter where they were made. But hidden among them are a few coins that were made with mistakes or made in a way that makes them rare, and these are worth a ton of money. One big reason a 1966 quarter can be valuable is because of something called a mint error. Mint errors happen when something goes wrong while the coin is being made. For example, some coins have a double image. This is called a double die. If you look closely at the words, "In God We Trust," or "Liberty," and you see two sets of letters, even slightly, that could mean you have a double die error. Some of these coins have sold for over $1,000, and if the coin is in perfect condition, it could be worth even more. Another mint error is called an off-center strike. This happens when the coin isn't properly lined up during the stamping process, and part of the design ends up missing or pushed to the side. Some off-center quarters from 1966 have sold for $500 to $3,000, especially if the date is still visible. That's important. If the date is missing, it's usually worth less. There's also something called a clad layer error. Remember how these coins are made of copper in the middle and nickel on the outside? Sometimes, the outer layer doesn't stick right or falls off. That creates coins with missing parts of their surface, or with a strange copper color showing through. These kinds of mistakes are rare and can sell for a few $1,000s, depending on how dramatic the error is. But the most exciting and valuable mistake of all is the silver planchet error. This is the holy grail for collectors. Even though quarters were not supposed to be silver anymore in 1966, a few were accidentally made using leftover silver blanks from 1964. These silver quarters look almost exactly like the regular ones, but they weigh a little more, 6.25 grams instead of 5.67 grams. If you have a good digital scale at home, you can check the weight of your 1966 quarter. If it's heavier than normal, it might be silver. That's when you should get the coin checked by a professional. One of these rare silver error quarters could be worth $50,000, $75,000, or even more, and some experts believe one could sell for over $100,000 at auction. Even if your coin doesn't have a mint error, it could still be valuable just because it's in perfect condition. Most coins in circulation get scratched, worn out, or dirty over time. But if you somehow have a 1966 quarter that looks brand new, like it just came out of the then it could be worth a lot based on its grade alone. Coin collectors use a grading system to rate how nice a coin is, and the best coins are called mint state. The highest grades, like MS-66, MS-67, or MS-68, are very rare. In fact, a 1966 quarter graded MS-67 Plus by PCGS sold for over $21,000 at auction. That's not even an error coin, just a perfect example of a normal one. So how do you find out if your coin is valuable? Start by checking your change or going through old coin jars and rolls. Look at the coin closely with a magnifying glass. Look for doubling in the letters or numbers, or strange edges. A normal 1966 quarter will have a copper-colored edge because of the clad layers. But a silver quarter won't. It will have a solid silver edge. You can also do a simple sound test. Drop the coin gently on a hard surface. Silver coins make a higher-pitched ringing sound, while clad coins sound duller. If you think you've found something special, the next step is to get it checked by a professional coin grading company like PCGS or NGC. They will confirm what you have, give it a grade, and even seal it in a special holder to protect it. A certified rare coin will always sell for more than one that isn't verified. People all over the country are finding these hidden treasures. It could be a coin from a roll they got at the bank, or one they found in a parking lot, or one passed down from a grandparent. These stories are real, and they prove that even today, you can still find rare and valuable coins in everyday places. It's like finding a winning lottery ticket in your pocket, but instead of numbers, it's a date, a weight, or a tiny error that makes all the difference. So don't throw away that old change just yet. Take a good look at your 1966 quarters. One small detail could be worth thousands, and your simple pocket change could turn into a collector's dream. And remember, this isn't just about money, it's about history, mystery, and the thrill of the hunt. You never know when you'll find your lucky coin. A small coin you might ignore every day could turn out to be a hidden treasure. You might even have one in your home right now, hiding in a drawer or an old coin jar. Don't throw away your change just yet, this could be your lucky day. Let's talk about why the 1969 quarter is so special. First, it looks like a normal coin. On the front, it has the face of George Washington. Above his head, you see the word Liberty. Below, you see the date, 1969. On the back, you see an eagle with wings spread. Nothing strange, right? But even though it looks simple, some of these coins are very rare and very valuable. The reason? Mistakes. And not just any mistake, rare mint errors that only happen once in a while. These mistakes are what coin collectors are looking for, and they will pay big money to have them. One of the biggest reasons a 1969 quarter can be worth so much is something called a double die. This happens when the coin is stamped more than once by the machine that makes it. When that happens, the letters and numbers on the coin look like they have a shadow or a second layer. On a 1969 double die quarter, you can often see this mistake in the words, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty." You don't need to be an expert to spot it. If you look close and see the letters look doubled or fuzzy, that might be it. Some people have sold coins like this for $5,000, $10,000, and even up to $35,000. In perfect condition, a rare one could be worth even more. Some experts think one could sell for over $100,000. But that's not the only type of rare 1969 quarter. Some were made off-center. That means the picture and words are not lined up the right way on the coin. Sometimes, part of the design is missing. If you can still see the date and the coin is far off-center, it could be worth $1,000, $2,000, or even $3,000. The more off it is, the more money it can be worth. There are also coins that were made on the wrong kind of metal. In 1969, quarters were made out of copper and nickel, not silver. But sometimes, by mistake, the mint used leftover silver blanks from years before. If a 1969 quarter was made on a silver blank, it would be very rare. Silver quarters weigh a little more than normal ones. A regular 1969 quarter should weigh about 5.67 grams. A silver one would weigh about 6.25 grams. You can use a small digital scale to check. If your quarter weighs more than it should, you might have something special. Silver error coins can sell for tens of thousands of dollars. Even if your 1969 quarter doesn't have an error, it could still be worth good money if it's in perfect shape. Most coins get scratched or worn down over time. But if you have a shiny 1969 quarter that looks brand new, it could be very valuable. Collectors want coins that are clean, sharp, and undamaged. A 1969 quarter in mint condition, graded very high, has sold for $5,000 or more. The better the condition, the higher the price. So now you're probably asking, how do I know if my quarter is worth anything? First, check the date. Make sure it's from 1969. Then, look at the words and numbers closely. If the letters look like they're doubled, you might have a double die. Use a magnifying glass or even your phone camera to zoom in. Next, check if the design is off-center. If it's not lined up right, that's another sign it could be rare. After that, weigh the coin. If it's heavier than 5.67 grams, it might be a silver error. Also look at the edge of the coin. Most 1969 quarters show a copper-colored line around the edge. If yours looks silver all the way around, that's a good sign it could be a silver planchet error. If you think you found something rare, don't clean it. Cleaning a coin can ruin its value. Instead, keep it safe and take it to a local coin shop or send it to a coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can look at your coin, grade it, and seal it in a case. A graded coin will almost always sell for more than one that isn't graded. People have found rare coins in the most unexpected places. Some found them in old jars of change. Others got them in change from a store. Some even find them in coin rolls from the bank. Rare coins are out there. They are not all locked away in museums. You just need to know what to look for. And now you do. Imagine finding a rare 1969 quarter that could pay your rent, buy a car, or even send you on a vacation. Imagine telling your friends that your lucky coin turned into $10,000 or more. This happens more often than you might think. That's why coin collecting is so exciting. It's not just about history. It's about the chance to find something rare, something valuable, something amazing. So next time you get a quarter, don't just toss it in your wallet. Look at it. It could be the lucky coin that changes your life. Check the date. Look at the letters. Feel the weight. Pay attention to the little details. They could mean big money. Yes, a coin that's just 25 cents on the surface could secretly be a rare and valuable treasure. You might have one sitting right now in your pocket, wallet, or coin jar at home. Don't throw away your change just yet. This might be the most exciting discovery of your life. Let's talk about the 1967 Washington quarter. At first glance, it doesn't look like anything special. On the front, it has the face of George Washington, the first president of the United States. Above his head is the word liberty. Below is the phrase, "In God We Trust," and the date, 1967. On the back, you see an eagle with its wings open. It looks like any other quarter. But here's the secret: some 1967 quarters are very rare, and collectors are paying big money to get them. Now, why are some of these coins worth so much? First, we need to understand the history. In 1965, the U.S. Mint stopped making quarters out of 90% silver. Because of rising silver prices and a shortage of coins, they changed to a copper and nickel blend. These new coins are called clad coins. The 1967 quarter is one of these new clad coins. It's supposed to be made with a copper core and a nickel outer layer. But mistakes happen. And those mistakes can be worth a fortune. The U.S. Mint also stopped putting mint marks on coins from 1965 to 1967. That means all quarters from those years look almost exactly the same, no matter where they were made. But even without a mint mark, there are a few 1967 quarters that are far from normal. Some of these coins have rare errors, and some were made on the wrong type of metal. These are the coins that can sell for big money. One of the rarest and most valuable types of 1967 quarters is the silver planchet error. Even though all quarters after 1964 were supposed to be clad, a few were accidentally made using leftover silver blanks. This is a huge mistake by the mint. If you find a 1967 quarter that was struck on a silver planchet, it could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Some have sold for over $50,000, and experts believe that a perfect example could sell for more than $100,000. Imagine finding one of those in your spare change. So how can you tell if you have a silver 1967 quarter? First, check the weight. A normal clad quarter weighs about 5.67 grams. A silver quarter weighs around 6.25 grams. That's a small difference, but a digital scale can help you spot it. Also, look at the edge of the coin. A normal 1967 quarter has a copper-colored line on the edge. A silver quarter won't. It will look silver all the way around. You can also do a sound test. Drop the coin gently on a hard surface. Silver coins make a high-pitched ring. Clad coins sound dull. Another type of rare error is the double die. This happens when the coin is stamped more than once in the wrong way. The letters or numbers might look blurry or like they have a shadow. If you look at Liberty or In God We Trust and see doubling, you might have a double die error. Some of these coins have sold for thousands of dollars, depending on the condition. There are also off-center strikes. These are coins that were not lined up correctly when they were made. Part of the design is missing, or the image is pushed to one side. If the date is still visible, and the error is big, that coin could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Some 1967 quarters were also made on the wrong size planchet. That means they were struck on metal meant for another coin, like a dime or a foreign coin. These rare errors are super valuable. People have paid $5,000 or more for coins like that. Sometimes, even strange colors or missing parts of the coin can show a rare minting mistake. Even if your 1967 quarter doesn't have an error, it could still be worth money if it's in perfect condition. Most coins from that time are worn out because they've been used for many years. But if you find one that looks brand new, shiny, clean, and sharp in detail, it could be very valuable just because of its condition. These are called high-grade coins. The best of them are graded as mint state, or MS. A 1967 quarter graded MS 67 or higher can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So now you're probably wondering how to check your quarters. First, find a 1967 quarter. Check the edge. Is there copper showing, or does it look silver all the way around? Weigh the coin. Does it weigh more than 5.67 grams? If yes, you might have a silver planchet error. Look closely at the letters and numbers. Do they look doubled or blurry? That could be a double die. Check if the design is off-center. That could also be worth money. If you find anything strange or your coin looks like it's in perfect condition, don't clean it. Cleaning a coin can lower its value. Keep it safe and take it to a local coin shop or send it to a grading company like PCGS or NGC. They can look at the coin, tell you exactly what it is, and seal it in a case. A graded coin usually sells for more than an ungraded one. People all over the country are finding rare coins like this in everyday places. Some find them in old jars, drawers, or piggy banks. Others get them in change from stores or banks. You never know when a regular-looking coin could turn out to be worth thousands. It just takes a little bit of knowledge and a careful eye. Imagine finding one of these rare 1967 quarters. It could help pay off bills, buy something big, or even start your own coin collection. It's exciting to know that treasures are still out there, hiding in plain sight. And now, you know what to look for. That's the fun of it.